18, and I am like so excited. I hit the 100 subscribers. So thank you so much. If you have subscribed to this channel, you just made my day. That was just totally unexpected, and it was like giving birth without pain. It was just really nice. So it was an exciting week. I kept watching the numbers go up, and the other night I was at 98, and I was like, oh, I think I'm going to do a giveaway when I hit 100. And I got home from work yesterday, and I looked, and I was like, oh, I hit 100. My husband's just watching me, and I'm like jumping up and down in the chair, all excited. So if you are one of my subscribers, thank you so much for sticking with me. And if you are new to this channel, thanks for stopping by. Please click the subscribe button below. If you enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. So, as I mentioned, we are going to have a 100 subscriber giveaway, and I'll talk about that at the end of the podcast today. So, it has been an exciting week all the way around. I started a weight loss program through my work a few weeks ago, and I have lost a total of 8 pounds so far. I'm not quite sure where. I'm hoping it's not like grain matter that is, that I'm losing it from. But yeah, I'm not sure where, but I have dropped about 8 pounds so far. I also started learning Spanish. I took French when I was in high school, and the only thing I really could say really well was je ne sais pas, which means I do not know, because if you couldn't answer anything else, you had to be able to say that. So I had that phrase down really well. Spanish, I'm not very good at. My husband can speak Spanish fairly fluently, and he also speaks some German. Languages are his thing. They're not mine. I get all my verbs all messed up, and everything comes out wrong. The reason I'm learning some Spanish is we have someone coming to stay with us at the end of the month. The last Saturday in March, I will not be doing my podcast because we'll be having company, and the room I film in is the room that he'll be staying in. So we have someone staying with us for a few weeks, or for a few nights, and he only speaks Spanish. He doesn't speak any English. Which could make for a very long couple of days. If we have to do like sign language back and forth and play charades, that's going to be kind of rough. So thankfully my husband does speak some Spanish, but both of us have been brushing up, and we found a website. If you want to check it out, they have all different types of languages. It's free. It's called Duolingo, and I'll put it in the down bar here so you can see how to spell it. But I think they have Spanish and French and German and Italian. I forget what other languages, but there's quite a few languages, and it's kind of one of these you learn by lesson as you go, and it's all free, so it's kind of cool. So that's what I've been working on. And yeah, I really don't want to say something embarrassing to this person I've never met before. We have some friends of ours they live in Argentina, and they stayed with us. So this has been years ago, and back when I was homeschooling my children when they were in high school, and we were learning Spanish because I knew that they might need that when they went to college or whatever, that sometimes they require a language. So we were working on Spanish. And one day I'm in the grocery store, and I start listening, and I realize that my kids are speaking Spanish back and forth to each other. And it's like, oh, good, they're learning. Then I started listening to what they were saying. I mean, I understand more than I can speak. I start listening to what they're saying. They were insulting each other in Spanish. I was like, oh, lovely. Now we can do it in 2 languages. One wasn't enough. Now we can do it in 2. But anyway, we had some friends of ours over for dinner. And like I said, they're from Argentina. And so they were, we're in the middle of eating spaghetti, and they tell me, well, practice your Spanish. And he was a doctor, and she was a teacher. So I blurt out what I think is I am sick. I said, "Estoy constipado," which is exactly what it sounds like. Yes, I announced at the dining room table with a mouthful of food that I was constipated. Yeah, after they stopped laughing, I mean, they had tears running down their face. They said, somehow we don't think that's what you were trying to say. And I was like, I'm trying to say I am sick. And they're like, well, that's not how you say it. So they taught me how to say, where is the bathroom? So far, the phrases that I'm going to be able to communicate with this person that's coming to visit are, thank you, good night, good morning, please, bathroom, bread, water, and I eat apples. It's going to be a very long couple of days. So I'm hoping I can learn some more Spanish between now and then, or that my charade skills get really good and I can, yeah, it could be fun. So anyway, let's get on with our podcast. This is actually about knitting, not about me blundering my way through Spanish. So if you speak Spanish fluently, please be patient with me if I've totally obliterated what I'm supposed to say. So I'm going to show you, this is my Barton cardigan. I think I'm going to take a little, I'm still going to knit on this, but I'm not going to knit as frantically on this as I have been. Only because by the time I get this thing finished, it's going to be too warm to wear. That's how far I got this week, which doesn't look like much. It's actually about 6 rows right here, but it just doesn't look like much. But I mean, the sweater is coming along well. I think it looks nice. It's very labor intensive. It's one of those things where I can't be doing anything else. I have to be sitting there and pretty much staring at it. So that's what it's looking like. But it's coming along. I mean, it's probably about 7 or 8 inches at this point. I was hoping to have it done for this winter to be able to wear, but that's just, it's not going to happen. So I'm still working on it, but I'm not working on it as frantically because, like I said, by the time, at the rate I'm going, I won't be finished this till like April or May, and then it'll be too warm to wear it. So I hope to get this done over the course of the year so I can wear it for next winter, or actually for the fall probably. So I am, like I said, I am going to steadily keep working on this, but I'm not going to be working on it as steadily as I have been, even though it doesn't look like I've been doing much on it, because it just takes so long to go all the way around once. Because like I said, the stitches to go all the way around I think are 286. So it's slow and it's a little tedious and it's coming, but it's going to be a while. So it's not going to be done in time for wearing this year. So next we'll move on to my On the Spice Market, and that's my other problem, is because I have all these other fun shawls and I really want to knit on those, and so the sweater tends to get put off to the side. So here's my On the Spice Market. I have made a good bit of progress since last week. You can see where my stitch marker was last week, and I've done this. So let me hold this back here. And the colors are showing up pretty true. I kind of wish I would have done the gray in a little bit lighter than what it is. And you can see I haven't done my ends in yet. So I finished my second. What you do is you've got all these colors that come up through here, and then they start doing these little dot things going the opposite direction. So I just finished this. I've done this color. And now I just finished this color. So the next one I will be doing the little dots on will be this color. So it's a lot of fun, and it's not one you have to think about a whole lot. So yeah, it's been taking a lot of my time, and it's so nice and soft and squishy, and I'm enjoying it. This is the LRA yarn, and it's just really enjoyable. So, and these are things I know I will be able to wear this spring, so I've been really concentrating on my shawls. The weather has been nuts here on the East Coast. It was last week, I was wearing a shawl, and that was it. Well, I mean, I had everything else on, but I mean, I wasn't wearing a heavy coat. I was wearing just a shawl. And the weather was up in this, like, 60s, low 70s. It was wonderful. And yesterday, we had our heavy coats on. In fact, I work on a bookmobile. My heavy coat was on all day long. I never took it off, I don't think. Everybody kept coming on board and going, boy, it's cold in here. And it's like, well, the heat is running, but you got Formica counters, you've got metal shelves, and you've got books, and they just hold the cold, and it usually takes us till lunchtime to get it warm enough to take our coats off. But it's been windy. The other day the bookmobile was rocking back and forth so much, it was like, it's a good thing I don't get seasick very easily, because we were really swaying. But the temperatures are now like freezing cold outside, and we actually had some snow. It didn't stick or anything, but it was like flurrying like crazy when I got home from work yesterday. So the weather's nuts at this point, and no wonder all of us are sick that are on the East Coast, because the weather keeps changing and you don't know how to dress when you go out of the house. So here is my Find Your Fade. I am finished the third section of the solid. This color that I am on, I just dropped it. This color that I'm on, I have to do the lace section yet, and then I'll be going into the fourth color. But here's what it looks like so far. There's the khaki color it started with, and then it went into an olive color. It's called sage, but it's kind of an olivey sage color. And then it's into this, and now I'm getting ready to start the lace in this same color. And then the color I will be in after that is this color. And you can see the sparkles. It has turquoise sparkles in it. Yeah, there you can see them pretty good. So it'll fade from this into this. Yeah, got something stuck in it. So those are my next colors that I'll be going into. So that is my progress. It's my works in progress. I've also been working on a shawl that is a mystery design. It's a mystery only because I haven't finished designing it yet. So I can't share it at this point, but I can give you little clues. It is a 3-color, it is an asymmetrical shawl. It is a 3-color asymmetrical shawl with beads, and the beads are 6mm pearl beads that are going to go on it. It's specific for the pattern to 3 specific colors. However, you could do it in any colors you wanted to, but if you want to use it for something that I'm knitting it for, it has to be in these 3 specific colors. Which sounds kind of crazy, but you'll understand it when I can finally show you the shawl. Right now it is about this big, which is, it's probably about 15 inches long at this point. So it is coming along. I'm writing the pattern as I go, and I'm real happy with how it's turning out so far. It's actually looking better than I anticipated it looking. So yeah, hopefully I will get that done in the next couple weeks and get it up on Ravelry as a pattern. So that'll be my first attempt. That I've made patterns for myself. You saw some of them in my tub of shame last week, where the armholes didn't necessarily work out so great. But I figure I'm pretty safe with the shawl. There's no armholes, and it really doesn't matter if it stretches out of shape. It's not going to be too big. So, yeah, that's it for my mystery design that I'm working on. Now I will tell you a little bit about the giveaway this week that we are having. You must be a subscriber. So like I said, click the button below to subscribe. You must be over 18. Sorry if you're under 18, but I just feel a little safer doing this with adults only. So you must be over 18 to enter, and the only thing you have to do other than subscribe is to leave a comment down below. And for those of you that do talk, I have several people I chat back and forth with, and it is so much fun. And I do respond to everybody. So if you write something in there, I will say something back. I really enjoy it. It's fun to look up and see what different people are talking about, and it's like having our own little knitting circle, except that we're worldwide, because I've got some people that are subscribers that are out of the United States. So that's kind of exciting. In fact, some of my subscribers are actual other knitting podcasts. So that's a lot of fun. Some of them, one of them is the Yarn Shop Girls, which I love their podcast. I wish they would podcast more often than they do. There is Turbo Knitter 64, who is a man who does knitting, and I started watching some of his podcasts. I wasn't aware he was a podcaster until I happened to see that he had made a bag for somebody, a project bag, and I was like, oh, I recognize that picture from one of my subscribers, and so then I went and looked at it. So, yeah, so there's Turbo Knitter 64, and there is also Cozy Up with the Knitting Sisters, and they are in Canada, I think in Alberta. Could be totally wrong there, but they are Canadian. So, and there's other podcasters as well, but those are the three that come to mind. So if I left you out, I didn't mean to. I can't see everybody that is my subscriber unless you've made your profile public. So if I missed you, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's fun, and I do check out if I see that some of my subscribers actually have podcasts, or that they've got videos out. I look to see if they are also knitting podcasters and check them out, because, you know, you can never have too many knitting podcasts to watch. I think I've got, like, I don't know, maybe 50 different knitting podcasts that I watch. But it keeps me busy while I'm knitting. I like watching other people, and I especially like it. It's especially fun to watch somebody who's knitting the same thing that I'm knitting at the time, and to see the different colors. I mean, I've really enjoyed watching the different podcasters that are doing Find Your Fades, because it's the same pattern, but it looks so different on each different person that does it, because you get to put your own colors together. So, anyway, I'm digressing again. But back to the giveaway. I will tell you what the prize is. It is actually some of my yarn that I've dyed. This is it. It's Katrina's Creations, which is my Etsy shop. And I will put a link to my Etsy shop below, that you can go there and check out. I have progress keepers. I have some project bags. I have some stitch markers, and I have some yarn. So, a little bit about this yarn. It is sport weight. It's 100% Peruvian Highland wool. This was actually the bare yarn that Knit Pick sells. That's what I did this. That's what the base is. It is a total of 246 yards, 90 grams. Each of these, it's 3 separate skeins. Each skein is 30 grams. And this color is looking orange, but it's really not. See if it's going to show up the orange no matter what I try to do. It's actually kind of a rosy pink kind of color. Kind of a strawberry or berry type of color. It's just not showing up. It looks orange. It is not orange, trust me. This is the main color. It's like a variegated. It has purples and it has pinks, and there's some kind of yellowy oranges over in here. And then there's 2 tonals that go with it. This one you can see the tonal really well in. This one you can see it a little bit. This is a light. They're both the same color base, but this is lighter and this is a darker, and they coordinate with this. So you could make socks with this. You could make a cowl with this. Like I said, all total it's 240 yards. So that is going to be the giveaway. And it's going to run for 2 weeks. It will end on March 18th, 2017. So today is March 4th, so it will run for 2 weeks. So 2 Saturdays from now, I will announce the winner. And again, to subscribe or to enter, you need to be a subscriber, and you need to leave a comment in the comments box down below. And so, yeah, and you must be over 18 to enter. So that's it. It is open internationally, so everybody can have a fair shot at it. And yeah, so good luck ahead of time to whoever would be the winner. And thank you once again for 100 subscribers. I'm so excited it's like a party. It's just exciting just to see that. I just never imagined that many people would actually like me enough to like keep coming back and actually want to be part of my little group. So thank you so much. I mean, it really does mean a lot to me, and yeah, I'm enjoying it. So I just realized I completely forgot my book of the week. Oh well, we'll do it next week. I just finished the one I had been reading that I talked about last week, so I haven't even really gotten into the book. I think I'm like 2 or 3 pages into the book that I'm currently reading. So we'll talk about it next week. So it is a short podcast this week, just because I have no finished objects whatsoever. Hopefully I will be able to concentrate on one of these shawls, and it would be really nice. I'm probably being entirely too hopeful, but it'd be really nice if I finished one of them for next week. That would be my goal, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but we'll see. So, I guess we will call it the end of our podcast this week. I will see you again next week. Happy knitting, and please subscribe and enter into the giveaway. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you next week. Happy knitting.